Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Temple of Possibilities. I am Minister William, or Reverend Will if you wish, leading today's sermon of February 2nd, 2025. And as always, we'll start with a moment of silence for prayer, meditation, or what have you. All right, thank you. Today's sermon is called Anchored to Hope, and it is on the Unitarian Universalist Association um, website. Got to bring it. It was written by Oscar Sinclair and was posted on January 29th. So just a few days ago. Hope transcends the world. It is immediately experienced and is anchored somewhere beyond its horizon. Hope is not the same as joy, that things are going well, but rather an ability to work for something because it's good, not because it stands close to succeed, stands a chance to succeed. Valcleve Havel. I probably butchered that name. My apartment looks out on the Mississippi River, where I watch barges travel back and forth each morning. But on nights when I wake up after midnight, scared and uncertain about what the months and years ahead will hold, I find my mind drifting back from river barges back to my adopted hometown of Baltimore, of oceans and sailing ships. Usually I think of anchors as something to keep us in place, to hold us steady as the world around us moves. But there's at least one other use for an anchor. Imagine an old sailing ship on a big 150-foot schooner. There isn't any motors or oars on the boat itself. The ship is designed to work with the wind. When you're out in the open sea with the wind at your back, it cuts through the waves fast and straight. But how does the ship get out of port? That's what do you do when the wind isn't at your back, but coming straight at your face? Maybe you're stuck, no wind to be had at all. There's at least one other way to use an anchor. It's called warping. The crew of a beclaimed ship would take a cage, an- cage anchor and put it in a rowboat. The crew rowed it as far as they could out in front of the ship and dropped the anchor. The crew boarded the ship and hauled the anchor, not bringing it up, but bringing the ship slowly over top the anchor. Then they pulled the anchor up, put it back in the rowboat, repeated the process. Not as fast, but it takes an enormous amount of work from many people working together. But in this way, even the largest sailing ship can move forward without any wind. I think of an anchor as a kind of motivation. When the wind is against us, hope doesn't require that the wind be at our backs. It's not more to a certain understanding. of an experienced world, hope is challenging, if not impossible, to grasp alone. Hope, in this sense, is a discipline to anchor myself to something that I can't quite grasp yet, but I trust is there, and a discipline to pull it toward the goal together, one day at a time. Prayer. God, of all that is spoken and all held too close to be said aloud, help us to hold on to hope. When we find ourselves beclaimed, remind us to drop an anchor over the horizon. Pull along with us as we haul toward a more hopeful horizon. Amen. In days of uncertainty, like we've been having, you gotta have hope for a brighter future. When things have just got you down, the only thing you can do is hope for things to get better. So that, and that will give you strength to make it through whatever the world throws at you. Sometimes hope can be our biggest and strongest weapon when the world looks gray and evil and like you can't see the sun. But hold on to hope, keep pressing forward, and you will make it through. And remember, everyone, when we all come together, the possibilities are endless. And I will see you next week. Bye.